Well, lots of fun out there, lots of fun here in studio as well, as we are keeping our eye on Olympia, joined by Jason Mercier this morning. Let's just get right down to it. There's some controversy going on, and it is with our state auditor, Tori Kelly. What is the latest on what's happening there?
Well, it's fitting today is Friday the 13th, because we have felt like we've been in a horror movie for the past 2 years, supporters of the state auditor's office. We go back to a few years ago. He was indicted by the federal government for half a dozen charges relating to $3 million that he kept that were homeowner fees from his time at a title company. He was asked to resign, refused to resign. Now, his federal trial concluded 2 weeks ago, and he was acquitted on one charge, but the jury hung on 14 others, and they haven't decided yet whether they're going to retry him or just leave it at a mistrial. Now, in response to that, he went back to his office. He fired 3 senior employees, including his chief of staff, gave no explanation for this, got the governor's attention. Governor sent him a letter saying, why did you fire these professional employees? Kelly responded this week in something that I don't think I've ever seen before. Most people haven't. It was a stunning 2-page attack on the governor, not answering the question, but saying, well, why don't you do something about corrections? Why don't you do something about transportation? Totally turned it around to attack the governor. So needless to say, for the next 8 months until the new auditor is sworn in, we're in store for a few more surprises.
So yeah, who knows what's going to happen next?
Yeah, as an independently elected, there's really nothing that can be done. The legislature had an opportunity to impeach him, but chose not to. And short of that, now he can pretty much do what he wants.
All right, well, moving along to elections. Next week is the filing week for the 2016 election. So what does that mean for us here? If
you have any desire to run for office at the state, local, or federal level, next week is your time to do so. From Monday to Friday, the filing period is open. Now, the fee to run is 1% of the 1 year's salary for the office that you want to run. So there's a cost to do that. But at the end of next Friday, we'll know who our candidates are for state, local, federal office. And in Washington, we have a top 2 primary, which means you don't have to declare a party. You can make up your own party. And whoever the top 2 vote getters are on August 2nd, those 2 will advance to the general, regardless of whether they're the same party.
All right, real quick, what's the latest on fantasy football, fantasy sports?
First of all, the legislature did not take any action on that this session, so we're still good for going into our next season. And the Attorney General actually was one of the people that was arguing to keep the law as it is. And in fact, he's going to be speaking next week at a conference here on May 18th. The Washington Policy Center is holding a solution summit, so he'll be here along with many others. All
right, thanks so much, Jason. We appreciate your time with us, keeping our eye on Olympia, always bringing the hot topics to us. We're going to take a break and be back with a look at your forecast, but first, here's what's coming up on Good Morning America.